What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. I wanted to make a special video. I've had time to think about what I was going to say. So, there are a few YouTubers who have touched on the death of Mr. Charlie Kirk. First off, I would like to extend my prayers to his family because, in the long run, his family has to suffer without him. And so, to his wife and children, I will be praying for you and your family. I was hoping it would have never had to have come to that. I myself am a Christian. However, I didn't go around saying the things that he was saying. The only thing I'm promoting in this video is love, because everybody deserves love. Also, I want to make one thing really clear. This is a video that I did not want to have to make, but I was like, yeah, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said. So I'm going to say it. Charlie Kirk was a Christian. I don't know if many of you know that. However, he did have a family. Yes, his shooter is 22 and a Utah resident. Think about that for a second. Utah resident can only go to a Utah facility. You can't be what they call a transfer student. You can't transfer from one state to another like that. That's illegal to do, first off. That's a whole no-no. Don't do that. Be smart. Don't be stupid. Okay? I still love you, but just don't be stupid. This world is filled with people who hate each other either because of their race. They gotta make it about color 2/3 of the time. Or it's about their religious belief, or their political belief, or whatever the case may be. Y'all need to quit playing. Y'all pull too many games up in this world. Y'all need to just stop for a second. Y'all need to sit down for a minute and y'all need to ask yourselves, if Jesus was sitting in front of you, or standing in front of you, sitting or standing on his throne, wherever he so chooses, and he were to ask you the question, what did you do with me? What's your answer going to be? I know what mine is. That's personal. And that's between me and him. Okay? Let's get one thing straight. I am a Christian, and I'm very strong in my faith. I know where I'm going when I die. I'm going to be judged for where I'm going. And I know where I'm going. I'm going to the one place Satan cannot touch me. I'm going to the place where there is no more pain, where there is no more sorrow. I heard a sermon one time. A really long time ago, I heard a sermon by a preacher who knew my family. And the sermon was very similar to the subject, but it was about how strong your faith really is. He asked me, "What do you think that little dash in the middle between your birth year and your death year?" He asked me, he said, "What do you think this little dash represents?" I said, "I think that little dash is more than just a little dash. That's your life. That's how people perceived you when you were alive. That's how people knew you, how they knew you, where they knew you from, your life." And he said, "Wait a minute. This is a whole different aspect. So you mean to tell me," my preacher told me this. He said, "You mean to tell me that that little dash is supposed to represent your life?" I said, "Yes. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it. The love, the sin, all of it. It represents your life. Every single bit of it. Your political life, your religious belief, your religious life, how you are in standing with the Lord. If you could be in standing with the Lord, where would you stand with the Lord? Would you even stand for the Lord because He stood for you?" You see, this is the thing, and I've been asked this a million times. What would your answer be? You know, that's between me and God. But I could probably give you a rough answer if you are wanting to get technical and really want to know my opinion. I can't tell you that because that's personal. But I will say this: He did what I couldn't do. He went to the sky so I could be forgiven. He spent 3 days in the grave and He made my life worth living. And you can quote that from New Song. He did what I couldn't do, from their album More Life. Go check it out. It's on YouTube. I'll put it somewhere in the description. But yeah, He did what I couldn't do. And I'm proud of it. I'm glad of being a Christian.